welcome back to Coffee and Scream. I am
loud.
Jess. That was really loud. I am Jess, and with me is Piper.
Hello, how are you?
Good. And Chris.
What's going on, guys?
How are you, Chris?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
It's a Friday night.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm feeling all
Friday.
right.
That's always good.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to hear. So how's everyone's week? What's going on?
Pretty chill.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun?
No.
That's so exciting.
I saw a movie this weekend, and maybe we'll get into that at some point. It might be a little applicable to today's episode.
Maybe. What was the movie?
It was Talk to Me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes, it was a A24 movie, and if you guys like the Sixth Sense, or like, what else is a good ghost movie? Not like 13 Ghosts, but more
You
of
said
a...
Hereditary?
Hereditary, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like to give
A24.
us a little synopsis of the movie?
You want to get into that?
You can. Go ahead.
So essentially, I would say it's a classic take on the, what would you say, like the late 70s, early 80s Ouija board kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of movies were inspired by that stuff. And it's very guilt driven too. It's very similar to like Hereditary and Midsummer, where there's a lot of guilt, and that kind of fuels why the characters do what they do. But this girl, in short, loses her mother, and they don't really explain what happened to her until later with context. And she doesn't really have many friends. She's trying to fit in, and she's lonely. She's never really had a boyfriend. So she's feeling like it's time to act out. It's time to do something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep seeing all these like Snapchat stories and stuff, because it was kind of modern. Like all the kids were on their phones a lot, but it wasn't forced in. It didn't feel like boomers directed the movie, and the phones were everything that people did. It was just kind of like what any party person would do nowadays. Mm-hmm. And they keep seeing on one of the stories all these people grouped in a room like having parties, but someone's always strapped down to a chair, and they're like convulsing and laughing and speaking in tongues with their eyes fully blacked out, foaming at the mouth, but they look like they're having a great time. Everyone's laughing like hyenas.
Yeah.
And she's kind of interested by that. She's like, have you talked to Haley? Like, what is this? What is this like weird party thing they're doing now? And they decide to talk to her in school the next day. So they talk to her. She invites them over, and essentially they tell you that someone gave a guy this hand. And no one knows where this hand came from or what it is. People say, oh, it's probably like an art project. Or someone says they think it's like a medium from hundreds of years ago whose hand was cut off because of heresy or witchcraft. And they encased it in ceramic.
Okay.
So, and there's a couple theories, but you really don't know where this hand is from. Or if there's more than one hand, you don't really know.
Do you ever find that out?
Well, you might have to watch the movie because, like I said,
Okay.
I'm trying to just not spoil it for the audience.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're asking these questions, I mean, like, you probably have a little bit of interest, right? Would you say? Like,
I have a question.
Okay.
One question. Piper, do you want to go see that movie with me?
I'll see it a second time.
Would you go see it a second time?
100%.
I
100%.
would kill to see that movie.
It's great.
Okay, we'll look at our schedules and we'll make a little throuple date.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because that sounds so good.
Well, can I just finish?
Okay.
Because I've left them on a cliffhanger. I wanted to explain.
Okay.
So they sit her down in a chair because she volunteers, and they explain that you light a candle to open the door, and you shake the hand, and you grip it, and you say these specific words. One of them being is, talk to me. And when you say talk to me, you are immediately greeted with the hand you're holding now being that of a dead spirit. Whoever found the candle in the darkness traveled to the light and found the hand, and their depiction essentially is just a hand over a candle in the dark. That's what the spirits see. And it's very interesting because when they shake it, now they're in your world temporarily. And what the kids do is they say, I let you in, which, I would say temporarily displaces their spirit from their body, allowing the spirit into their body. But they can feel everything. They can feel the afterlife. They can feel, who knows if it's like the light of God. They feel insane, and they get addicted to that. And it's almost like, at first, there's that classic, like, no, this makes total sense for them to be scared. But once they feel what it's like, it becomes almost like bullfighting, where you kind of know this thing is going to hurt you, but you get the adrenaline rush, so you just keep getting back in there with it. And it was fucking bizarre. It was a beautiful movie. And you're only supposed to stay in these things for like 90 seconds. But this is all hearsay. This is just like whoever got rid of the hand because it went bad for them. told the guy they gave it to, who then gave it away because it went bad for them. But they always say like 90 seconds is as long as you want to be shaking the hand in that kind of reciprocation, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a great movie, and they were fucking YouTubers, mind you.
Who made the movie?
They made the movie. There's
Really?
a channel called Raka Raka. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They make like weird shorts. They make like there's like this reoccurring video where it's just this Ronald McDonald style character who's just killing everyone and beating the shit out of everyone. But they're funny, like they're supposed to be goofy.
Yeah.
And this was their first movie, and the concept is incredible. Like I loved the concept, and it's like not a new concept, but it's a total reimagining of a
It's like-
window into a world. Really
It's
fucking
like a
sick.
new twist on an old concept.
Yeah, because like we've seen the Ouija board a million
Yeah.
times. They made a movie called Ouija.
Yeah.
But for a fucking,
Yeah.
because in A Haunting in Connecticut, like the medium is always like the one, or Long Island medium, stuff like that. But to imagine, like, why not just cut the fucking hand off of a medium and plate it in ceramic, and it's just that's your connection to the other side.
Right.
But there's way more that goes into the movie than
Yeah,
just that.
it's like an onion. It has layers.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Or ogre.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love ogre, French ogre soup. It's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely go see that.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I recommend it. And it's not that
Yes.
long. It's like an hour and 45 minutes.
Well, I feel like movies are going back to like the classic hour and a half
Well,
like thing.
Except
which-
Oppenheimer.
Well, yeah. But like that makes me happy because like not every night I want to have 2 hours. I want to fucking sit and watch something.
Yeah.
Some of my
So-
favorite songs are way too short.
Yeah.
And so I feel. And that's what makes me come back for them. And like movies, sometimes I'm like, dude, that was short. That was so good.
I know.
Less is more sometimes,
I saw Barbie the other day.
I know you told me.
Yes. It was good. It was so cute. My
I
daughters
know.
cried.
I love
I
Margot
did
Robbie.
not. I know. Yeah, she was so
She's
good.
awesome.
Let's see what else.
I didn't see that yet. But it reminds me of like a Wes Anderson film. Like the solid colors, some of the layouts and stuff.
I've heard
it's pretty funny. I just haven't seen it.
I thought the part where Barbie's like, I'm ugly now, and then it cuts to the narrator being like, Margot Robbie isn't the wisest casting choice for this
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Funny.
No, like Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie was
Yeah.
the best.
And then I
so-
like how they also like included all the discontinued Barbies, like pregnant Midge and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they zoomed out and they had like all the Barbies standing there, like the one that had like the crimped hair that was super long. I'm like, I had her. It was very
I
And
exciting.
there wasn't one goddamn G.I. Joe in the movie.
No.
That pisses me off. You know
It's
what?
not Toy Story.
Isn't it sad how like you can probably, I mean, I've never seen it, so I could be talking out of my ass, but the trailer already looks better than what they did for the G.I. Joe movie. Like that was atrocious from what I saw of it. And
I
this
don't
looks-
remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's my fucking point. Who's gonna forget this one?
Well,
You
it's
know?
Barbie.
But that's my fucking point. It's like you can't give these goddamn toys, a
And
decent
Barbie
movie.
is more iconic than G.I. Joe.
I
Sorry.
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Little boys probably not, but I don't know. But other than that though, what else did I watch this week? I watched Scream 6 last night.
Isn't there a confirmed 7th too?
There is.
I know.
I'm excited.
There's a new director apparently
I
behind
saw
it as well.
and there's a couple people who are rumored to be in the movie for 7. I don't know. I'm excited. I'll watch them all. I don't
Yes.
care. I love them.
I
How
know
was the
some
last
people
one,
who
though?
are like,
The last one I loved. Did you watch it yet?
No,
Oh, it's really
I
good.
I don't
did.
even fuck. I don't even know if I've seen like 5 or wait. What is it? 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen 5.
Really?
What was the one where David Arquette got hit in the head with the fucking handle of the knife? That's like the last one I saw. 3? Remember?
Yeah. I think.
I almost said Leatherface. Leatherface is at the top of the staircase, and David Arquette is at the bottom. I'm pretty sure he like throws a knife down the stairs.
Oh, that might have been
or something.
4.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it was 4.
I remember it being. Well, spoiler alert. I remember it being. What the fuck's her name? Who's the main chick?
Sydney?
Sally Jesse Fields. What is it?
Who?
What's her name? I don't know. Jessica Alba.
No.
Who was her name?
Nev Campbell?
Nev Campbell. It was her brother. He took off the mask. And I was
He
like,
was her brother.
It was her brother. Which one was that?
Oh, that is 3.
Yeah, I knew it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That's like the worst one. I'm
Really?
sorry.
I heard the last one was the worst one.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
I don't. The one where like, your mom was actually an actress in Hollywood and all this. It was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
This is my thing. Like, don't paint.
Like, I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong.
You
I'll
can-
watch it.
you
It's
can-
just like, come on.
Yeah. No, I
Like,
totally
don't.
get it. You're shoehorning shit in.
Yeah, it's taking it in a place where it's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like trying to create lore where there is no lore.
Yeah.
That's why Marvel loves Doctor Strange, because now no one dies.
Marvel
They can just keep bringing everyone back, no matter
sorry,
what.
I might be biased as a DC fan, but Marvel is so overrated, and I am tired of everything being Marvel.
Yeah, I'm not even a big superhero guy. You know?
I'm not
Like,
either.
Was there
I
a
don't-
ghost? Was there a ghost superhero? That'd be sick.
I
Like a
think
ghost
there's
doll?
there's like a concept for one. I can't
I
remember.
guess Spawn. He's like a demon. He's kind of like a ghost.
Yeah, because like I know
You ever
there's
watch the
like
Spawn movie?
I know there's like alien superheroes like Superman,
Martian
and,
Manhunter.
like Green Lantern,
Yeah.
and everything.
And Greg.
I don't know.
Greg,
Yeah, and Greg.
yeah.
People get super excited for like all the Batmans and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
It's like your childhood
Robert
depiction in a movie
Pattinson's
form. I get that, but
Batman.
sometimes
Yeah.
Was surprisingly really good.
Oh,
I
okay.
was very like
This is the bat suit of a killer.
no yeah but like I was a little like cautious because I know him as Edward Cullen from Twilight, because that's my
Yeah.
first Robert Pattinson movie I saw.
Yeah.
But like
Does that Batman also sparkle in the sunlight?
what was that
No.
movie? Remember Me? Remember that movie?
he's
Yeah.
he's a depressed little emo boy.
Aww.
He's not like the fun playboy like Christian Bale
I
is.
said, did I date you in high school?
The whole time I was watching the Batman, I was like, "Get over it. They're dead."
Oh my god.
Wipe those tears.
died.
The only like superhero thing like I really liked was I liked X-Men First Class.
Still haven't seen that one.
That was like the best one.
I think the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is a goofy group too.
I like Wolfman Origins.
What?
Wolverine Origins.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What?
Okay.
That was like the standalone one.
Yeah, I know.
Or how he got his claw.
Crazy. Do either of you follow true crime, like the current stuff that's happening like right now?
I
heard about
usually do.
You do, right?
Yes.
Do you know about like the Idaho 4?
I've heard about a head in a bucket that was found.
Oh my god.
And-
Well, I'm gonna put a pin in the Idaho 4. That lady, it was the head and the penis of the guy.
No, come on. Wait, the head of the penis
No,
or the head and the penis
and
with the head?
The penis.
Okay.
Like his
Because
mother.
the listeners might have had a big, they would have
lady-
fucking hit the brakes. Like, wait.
Wait. First of all, this lady's last name was Shabusiness. I'm
None
not
of your business.
No.
Oh, yeah,
That's what she told the
her.
police when they
She
asked her to
changed
open up.
her last name to Shabusiness. Like it was like a whole thing.
That
She was-
sounds like a
Yeah.
stripper name, like a
I'm
big
gonna-
black stripper
no,
lady.
Like I'm gonna
What's
give
your
you
business.
I'm gonna give you the Shabusiness.
I'm gonna give you your business.
Like-
Ciao.
Yeah.
Saying shit like ciao.
No
Oh my
comment.
God.
I can't believe. So
Okay.
head in a bucket,
So
the penis.
the mother, like I guess, like this lady, she met up with a guy that she went to high school with, and they were at a bar or something. I don't really know the full thing. Well, he lived with his mom, but he lived like in the basement. So she, the two of them went back to his place. They were in the basement.
Well, was she found guilty?
Yes.
She was. The trial's over.
Is it over yet?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, because
Actually, I don't know.
Because I don't know. I don't know. if he
Anywho,
did it.
I don't know.
Or if he cut his own head off in his
more
balls.
information.
Let me look it up.
They go down to the basement to do what adults do.
Like murder.
Murder, which cut off your hand and your
okay.
penis. So they go down to the basement to do like what adults do, but like I guess they were into like some BDSM stuff, and she was choking him with a dog collar and strangled him to death.
Really?
Then she.
How is that? Like, I'm not even trying to. Okay, I'm not even. Gonna go
First,
there.
no, I don't know.
How he must have been on drugs or something. He must have been
I don't
on
know.
drugs because I don't know how strong she is, but like, come on, dude. Like she didn't look like Mike Tyson sitting in the fucking.
Her name is
court.
Shabusiness. She could do
That's
whatever.
a good point. Oh my god,
Like-
that's a crazy last name.
Was she guilty?
I don't know, but I'm looking at pictures of her and she's fucking ugly. So I'm like,
Yeah, you murder or not.
Yeah.
Your business.
But the mother, I guess, the next morning went downstairs, and as she went downstairs, she saw a bucket, and she looked inside. It was her son's head and penis.
So where's the rest of the son?
He was there, I guess. Somewhere.
okay,
Just
so
hanging out?
according to
yeah.
USA Today,
Yeah.
she was found guilty.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Well,
when
you
was this
kind of
up today?
can't.
Or when was this?
They said she was high on meth when like all this was going
Well,
down.
that's what I mean, but that's
not only did she
Published 11:29 a.m. ET, July 27, 2023.
yeah
was he on meth? Because that's
he might have been. Trigger warning though. She uses his own, genitals to do things to him.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You'll have to ask her.
She must have filled with air.
It's so
like a balloon animal.
Yeah, she fucking blew it up.
Okay.
It ties a knot.
I apologize.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be.
It's too
all
soon
the blood
for the
drained out of it.
jokes.
It's not gonna stay hard.
I don't know. I'm
gonna yell at.
I'm fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the business on that.
That's something else, man. I thought it was just gonna be like,
No.
oh yeah, I heard about that, and then turns out it's
no.
business, and she's, she was on meth.
But yeah, I'll randomly get a text message that just says business.
Yeah, she was
from who?
charged with first degree intentional
Mr. X.
homicide.
Mr. X.
Huh?
She was charged with first degree intentional homicide, mutilation of a corpse, and third degree sexual assault.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What else?
Wasn't there another one you were talking about?
The Idaho 4.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That
what was
guy,
his name?
Brian Koberger.
Dunkelberger?
Yeah.
Koberger.
Fucking yeah, that fucking
Dunkelberger.
Fucking idiot burger.
yeah, fucking asshole.
He's, when I look in his eyes,
No, but you look
I
at
see
him
a
like
lot of
he's
confusion.
he thought he was super smart, but he is so dumb. He waited for a long time. They were waiting to release his alibi, and they're like, "Oh no, don't worry, he definitely has one. He has an alibi." Well, it was finally released. His alibi is that he was just driving around all night.
You want to know
His
what?
alibi is that I don't wanna.
You want to know what? He looks like Adam Lanza and has the motives of Ted Bundy.
He's got like
That's
a long
I'm
face. He's got like
I think he definitely wants the notoriety.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a reason why, if this is,
he's got like Ted Bundy fucking brows.
but he's not,
Yeah,
he's
fucking,
not.
No, I know he's not like Ted Bundy because
But,
he didn't do anything weird.
No, but
right?
he was
Aside
obsessed
from
with one of the girls. He liked every single one of her Instagram posts, and he would DM her, and she wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
But he didn't excuse me for
He's
saying.
a fucking loser.
But he didn't do anything.
No, as far as we know, no.
Well, I feel like that's something we would have known by now. I mean, they've been
No,
autopsied.
They didn't. Well, we know that the kids were brutally murdered, but they did not release anything really about their wounds and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they didn't look. That just means they didn't make it public. Well, my thing is if it was worse than it was, I'm sure they would have.
Well, I'm sure it'll come out at trial too.
Well, he's already been through trial.
No, he hasn't. No,
really?
No. His trials.
He had to have had a hearing or something that I watched.
He had a hearing where he was allowed to plead, guilty or not guilty. He stood up I don't even know if he stood up.
Spread his ass cheeks?
No.
He talked with his ass like Ace Ventura?
No, he didn't plead anything. He stood silent, and that was
telling.
Yeah, I don't know. He's he definitely thinks he's smart. He is not. If the best they could come up with was that he was driving around all night, he's fucking toast.
But also him standing up and not saying anything. To me, actions speak louder than words.
Well, it's so that his lawyer can put in not guilty for him.
True, but it's still
come
the
on,
fuck are you doing? Buddy?
And I wonder if do you think that the lawyers? Because this is my thing. If you want your lawyers to really be able to do everything they can for you, you have to tell them whether you did it or not.
No,
you have to fucking fess up.
That's what they tell you. Your lawyer will sit you down and be like, "I am your friend. You can trust me. You have to tell me everything."
And if they're contracted to, if they're obligated to defend you, if they have a change of heart, can they? Or is that
I don't know.
Is that HIPAA law where they can't just be you did it? That's how I heard it.
I don't think they can because everything's legally because everything's confidential. It's going to confession and telling your priest something.
Is that why interrogation rooms are a thing? Because that's a room where they give you a warning that you're being filmed.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And then,
no one says, "Wait, that's a camera."
And then that's why when you revoke, and that's why when you invoke your fifth and everything, and you're like, I want my lawyer. Then the lawyer will come in. The lawyer does the talking for you instead of the
careful.
Yes. So literally, your defense lawyer and your defense team is for lack of a better term, your friend, and that's what they'll tell you. They'll
That's
be
your
like,
last line of
they'll be
defense.
like, I am your friend. You have to tell me everything. You have to trust me enough to tell me. Like, everything you tell me will be confidential, but I have to know everything. I have to know nothing but the truth so that I can help you the best way I can.
Oh my God.
What happened?
I just got a text message from our boss,
Uh-huh.
and he goes, "Are you still out? Are you out still?" Said recording. He goes, "Drinks after?"
Oh,
Question mark.
shit.
I'm like, Brian, you want to go out and get?
He's going crazy.
Not Brian. His name's not
That's
Brian.
what we cut
It's a
this out.
fake
We'll-
name.
We'll cut this out. Yeah. You won't even hear this. You won't hear when I went.
Yeah. That trial I think is set for October. I'm pretty sure.
Which is interesting.
I want to see the Delphi trial
Yes.
too.
The fuck is Delphi?
Delphi is two little
Abigail Williams and
Liberty German.
Mhm.
Yeah. These
Liberty
gir-
German.
Yeah.
That was her name.
She
Jeez.
Is her
they were
name.
two young girls. They were like, were they 13, 14,
Yeah.
12, or one of them was 12, I think 12 and 13.
Like literally preteen.
Something like my kid's age.
Yeah.
They had off from school. Like, it was an unseasonably warm day in February, and they had like scheduled snow days or whatever. So like the kids had off. It was the day before Valentine's Day, I believe. Or the day after. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. They went to this trail to like hang out and take pictures
and
and
be accurate if they want to like know more about the case. Then
no,
they'll
I know. I'm just,
research
but
it,
like they, you know, Liberty's sister dropped them off at the trail to go, you know, and Liberty's dad was going to pick them up in the afternoon. Well, when he goes to pick them up, the girls are nowhere to be found, and they searched and searched and searched, and the next day their bodies were found in the woods, like right there.
Yeah.
And they finally arrested after 5 years. Was it 5 years?
I
They
think so.
finally arrested a guy. It was right before Halloween this past year.
Yeah.
And it was huge.
How did they
news.
know it was him? Just
They
had he
they
been on
found
the
a
run?
discarded bullet near the girls.
Oh, he shot them?
Yeah.
No, he did not shoot them though. That's the
And
thing.
one of the girls was like
I probably just
taking-
used it to, you know, tell them not to fucking move. And
Probably, yeah, but they found a discarded bullet that
Yeah.
belonged
A live
to his
round?
gun, a live round.
And one of the girls was like Snapchatting like
Yeah.
throughout the thing, and they found like this video of this guy, this picture of this guy, and he has like his head down, he's wearing a hoodie, he has his hands in his pockets.
He's
and
like
there's
walking across like
short
this bridge.
There's like a short like video clip where you hear him say "down the hill,"
His
which
girl,
like people
he's like
think
guys
is like
down the hill.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like, is that
trying
where
to
you're
be,
gonna
like,
go?
Yeah.
luring
So
them.
she had the wherewithal to be like, something's not right. This guy is coming too close to us. I'm gonna start recording him, and
Yeah.
like she definitely helped. You know,
Find
Yeah.
find justice.
yeah,
if
Did
you,
he,
when
did
you
he,
see
did he take a plea bargain or is he?
no,
Did
which
he,
is like
well, I think didn't they offer that they wouldn't execute him if he.
I think so.
I'm not entirely sure, but
But
that
also-
trial is also coming up.
That
just
like
wanna know
sent
why he-
chills down my spine that she knew that something
She-
wasn't right.
yeah.
And
the only way, if they didn't have bullet wounds, would you say that?
They said that the crime scene was covered in blood, which means that
Yeah.
like, he used a different weapon.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that if they found a live round on the ground, I would assume that one of them tried to fight him off and like accidentally discharged like the round in the barrel or something must have
I-
happened. Because
I
why would
don't
there just be a
know.
live bullet?
But there was other people like at the trails that day, so like if he would have
Oh.
shot the gun, like someone would have heard that.
Well, you brought.
But there's also
Yeah.
eyewitnesses that said that they saw a guy matching his description, like what that person in the video was wearing, walking down the road wearing muddy and bloody clothing, and like he parked his car. Like there's a probable cause affidavit if you're really interested in it. I
Yeah.
highly suggest looking it up.
Interesting.
It is.
yeah, you sent it to me. I like
Yeah.
spent the entire work shift we had
It's-
that day
yeah.
reading it.
That's
Yeah.
like one of those cases that I'm like I could not wait for something to happen.
Jesus Christ.
And like I think and like it has been like 5 years, so like when the case initially broke, I was those girls' ages.
Yeah.
Like
and you know, not to change the subject, but like, you know, are you guys ever going to talk about John Benet Ramsey, or is that like too topical or too like?
I feel like
talked
it's
about?
been done a lot,
Yeah.
and like I don't know what else we could offer.
I just want to know what like.
if you have questions, like
Well,
we
my
can-
only question
yeah.
is like, how did she
we
just
could
be?
like do
how
an
is she-
episode where Chris asks us true crime questions.
Yeah, because I'm like
Yeah.
the normie that doesn't really look at any of this shit. I was just
Yeah.
like, what? So she was found in the basement, right? To keep it short.
Right.
Why was that missed for so long? That's really like How often does
They
it...
didn't really do a good search of the basement.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know because they
It
had
seems negligent.
listen.
And then
They
they had,
immediately invited their friends
Yeah.
over. There's people coming in and out of the house. Their like friends of the family came over, and I guess to give John Ramsey something to do, the cop that was on that day, she goes, "Why don't you and your like Fleet White was his friend's name." Like typical.
Sounds
rich
like a game show host.
Yeah, he's like, why don't you guys go, search the basement or do something? And he went immediately to where her body is or was.
But why? But what, like, how long after was she missing that was somehow like advised? Like, hey, why don't you go look in the basement?
I don't
Like that would like. It should have been like you were ransacking the fucking house, pulling every underwear and shirt out of the dressers.
Well,
Yeah.
they didn't know if she was still inside the house or not because there was a fabricated ransom note.
But
allegedly fabricated.
Yeah, but
there's
okay, that's a good point. That might make them just stop looking for like just because they're just so enamored by this.
Well, we
But
say
still.
allegedly.
Yeah,
Alleged,
we have to
yeah.
say.
Did we see a
have
ransom
to
note?
say-
Was it even used in court or anything?
No. It's first of all the
No,
ransom note is 18 pages long, which like
What
cops
the
and stuff will say like that is an unusually long ransom note.
That's bizarre.
And
It should be one page with magazine clippings.
They found a draft of the ransom note that was written in the office area of the house.
And wasn't it?
But no one was prosecuted?
No.
And also, the ransom note was written with a notepad and a pen that was already inside the house.
So that person sat down,
on.
wrote
So,
out this
yeah.
long ass note, but also, even though they say it's junk science, handwriting analysts have said like a lot of the handwriting in that note matches Patsy Ramsey's handwriting.
Yeah, but also if the ransom note is 18 pages
Allegedly, I know the Ramsey family is very Sue happy, so everything
No,
we
of
say
course
is alleged.
I don't. But like part of me.
Well, they ain't gonna get any money out of us, believe
yeah,
us.
good luck to you. What do you want? My
true.
open bag of Twizzlers?
But my thing is if someone was copying someone else's handwriting, right? Benefit of the doubt. They're gonna copy handwriting meticulously for 18 pages. That seems like Occam's razor tells me that's not.
Also, the ransom amount was for it was like the exact
it was exact of his
amount
bonus check,
of his
right?
Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
So one would assume that it was him, or if it was like a close friend who either worked with him or knew what his job was worth.
Yeah, but also the note like has a lot of like
And
they
only
almost
the
like
Christmas bonus.
but they
That's it.
a lot of like the things in the note were kind of like taken from a movie, like the way they would word things, like it was taken from like a movie. It was just
It was very
Frankly,
like
darling, I don't give a damn.
it was very
Yeah.
like stereotypical ransom note. Like, we have your daughter send X amount of money, or
don't try to
she
grow
dies,
a brain,
whatever.
John. Like stupid,
Ew,
dumb.
I'd
shit.
be like,
Yeah.
who's this bitch think she's fucking talking to?
Yeah, like if you call the cops, she dies. If she does this, she dies. Like it's just like, oh my god.
Now, like, a rationale aside,
Yeah.
what? Like, it's so weird to me that they just didn't find her. Like, you should see me when I lose my vape. I'm gonna find Jimmy one of these days just because it rolled under a fucking something. Like, you
it's
gotta, and
crazy.
especially if it's your daughter, I can't imagine, dude.
How long have we been going for?
Like, we got 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Part of me would want to rip the whole place apart, but the other part, like, because I watch all this shit, be like, wait, evidence.
Oh, that's a good point.
like, yeah.
God damn, I'm so ignorant with this shit.
Because
That's how
that's
you know
why
I wouldn't be a good murderer.
Well, the fucking
Yeah.
the milk, or was it like the glass of iced tea and the pineapple?
Yeah. And then
shit,
like,
people were,
and then
she was found
another-
with pineapple in her stomach, and pineapple is a food that digests like really fast.
Yeah.
So she ate that pineapple shortly before she was killed. But the mother says, like, I never gave them
But
pineapple.
how long was
or
she
anything.
missing before her body was found?
I think like maybe
5
like
hours.
overnight.
Not
Yeah.
even.
Oh, it was quick.
It was pretty
I
fast.
thought it was like I thought it was a prolonged thing. That's why I was so confused in the beginning.
And then there was like there's like another case of like wanting to like preserve everything too. Elizabeth Smart, she survived, but it took so long for them to figure everything out because the kitchen was like a mess and everything. And I think like the mom like there were like fingerprints of the family all over the
Yeah.
kitchen, like weird things.
But what year was
were
that?
right
What
with
year
the
was-
kitchen. I think the 90s, 80s.
Okay, so they
70s,
knew
maybe.
about
The John
fingerprints.
Bonet thing, though, like there is a lot involved in that. Like,
I remember,
like
just-
the brother like pooped in her bed like the day before or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And then she grew up to,
I don't know.
I was gonna
It's-
say
there's-
Amber Heard.
Okay.
Become a Johnny Depp before,
Okay,
and I was like,
Jesus
oh, speaking of
Christ.
poop in
So
bed,
fucked.
Okay.
Frank Reynolds.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
But tonight, our topic, which does not have to do with
Poop.
poop or,
Or true crime.
well, kind of
Could be.
It's a little creepy.
Unless it was
It's
like a
all
murder and it
creepy,
jumped
though.
into something else, you know, say Ade doing.
No.
I don't know. But it's creepy stuff, and it's we're gonna talk about some haunted dolls today.
Oh yeah.
Something different, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know who's gonna go first, so maybe we should do a coin toss.
Oh, do a coin toss.
Should we do a coin toss?
Also,
Alright.
guys,
Alright.
if you like ghosts, go see
I'll
Talk to
be
Me
heads, you be tails.
Okay.
and Puppet Master.
How do I do this? Okay.
Siri, flip a coin.
Siri, flip a coin. My parents are so loud. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails.
Ha!
You're first.
Oh wait, shit. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy trying to figure this out. Okay.
All right.
Siri's good.
Siri.
Which is good because you wanted to go first anyway.
Well, I feel like you go first a lot, so we'll shake it up a little bit,
Yeah.
shall we?
Give me a little break.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get a sip of my wine. Actually, no, I'm gonna drink my ginger ale.
It is actually good. I'm digging
Yeah.
this.
Drinking some red wine tonight.
Have you had the red Casal Garcia? Or no? Not a plug, by the way. Not a sponsor.
I did make
I
a
wanted to
tag
try,
for
'cause
that
that-
at work the other day.
Should we get a bottle for next week? Because I want to try
Yeah, I
it
kind of
too.
want to try it, yeah. Because it was fucking for a cheaper wine. It was actually pretty good.
I love the
Yeah.
the
The white?
regular.
The white you gave us the other
Yeah.
day was so
Okay.
well, not the other day, like a couple weeks ago.
Like
Haha, LOL. I can't
like a
with
month
times.
ago, but sure. Okay. The story I will be doing this week is Robert the Doll.
Ooh,
He's-
heard about him.
Mr.
Yes.
Key West man.
Yeah, he's like
Sailor boy. He said to you, later boy. He's a sailor one though, right? The little
Yes.
sailor boy?
Yeah,
so he's
with
like
the creepy
yeah.
ass dog in his lap.
Oh, yeah, he does have a dog, right?
Yes. Okay. Hang on, I have to burp. This one is gonna.
That's not allowed.
It's gonna be edited so hard.
It's going to stink.
It's gonna stink.
There's gonna be so many chop marks in
It's
this
okay, it's
episode.
okay.
Oh
It's
my
okay.
god. All right. The story of Robert the Doll starts in 1904.
Ooh.
And while on a trip to Germany, a grandfather spotted a doll that he would give to his young grandson, Gene, as a birthday gift. Gene lived in Key West with his family. The doll was a 3-foot-long fabric doll with tiny little black button eyes. And
Don't tell me the length of a doll. That
No, but
just
it was like
immediately
a-
sounds creepy.
Yeah, it
3
was,
feet long doll. What?
It was like a,
Decent size?
it was decent size. It was,
I tell you the length of mine too.
stop,
Right.
stop it. Okay. Oh my god.
That's funny. Guys, cover your ears.
Absolutely. Don't make it that way, sir.
Okay.
You're going on.
Gene's full name was Robert Eugene Otto, but he gave the doll the name Robert, so he decided to go by his middle name Gene. And he would dress Robert up in a little sailor suit and to match him, because Gene also liked to wear a little sailor
Like
suit.
a on the town sailor suit.
Yeah, like they were like besties.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna look up the same.
On
you
the
know.
town sailor suit.
Yeah. Hey,
love
sailor. Yeah.
Hey, sailor.
Oh god. So, Gene built the doll its own little house, and he made sure Robert had his own toys and furniture, and Robert even carried around a tiny little dog, like stuffed animal. Let's see. Gene never went anywhere without Robert. He, carried him throughout the house, and anywhere he went, Robert was there. Anytime something bad would happen inside the home, Gene would blame it on Robert, like objects disappearing or being found broken. Soon enough, though, they began to believe him that Robert was up to something. The adults who lived with Gene and Robert, and even passerbys to the house, began to notice something wasn't quite right. Inside the home, Robert reportedly would move from room to room by himself, and it was said that even his facial expression would change according to the conversations that were going on around him. People that would walk past the family's home would claim to see the doll looking out the window and moving from one side to another. Like, imagine
out of here.
Could you imagine?
Get lost. Dude, I've seen Puppet Master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
you know, or Chunky. Children Play.
Yeah.
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 Critically acclaimed films.
Sure.
Yeah. But I've seen pictures of him, but I've never knew lore or anything like that.
There's
His little, like, cracked little face and
his
everything.
his little beady eyes.
Fucking 3 feet long.
Well, Jean's family would say that they would hear. Oh my God.
What's happening?
I don't like motorcycles.
Guys, we're doing this show live from the fucking highway. It's like, and what was that walking past before? What was that? It's like a guy with a boombox, like he's out of the 80s.
We actually record on the median of the Garden State Parkway.
Yeah, we're balancing on a fucking knife's edge.
Yeah.
All right, so Jean's family would say that they would hear Jean and Robert having conversations in another room, and at first it would just be like a couple little, like, you know, it would just be Jean saying a couple little things to him, but eventually they said that they would start to hear giggling and like 2 distinct, like, different voices coming from that room. Like, they're like, it can't be Jean making that noise too.
Yeah, because wasn't, like, one voice, like, deeper in, like, volume and everything, like,
That sounds
too
like
deep that a little
Skinamarink.
boy could make.
I would go flying into that room and be like, what are you doing?
Dude, in Skinamarink.
I'd be like,
I haven't seen that.
There's times where you hear, like, the voice, and it sounds like both the father and the mother talking at the same time.
What?
And it's like, it almost feels like it's trying to coerce the children to, like, go upstairs into
Like
the
layered
fucking dark.
vocals?
Yeah, like layered, just the mother and the father talking. Just
no.
trying to, like, it almost feels like it's trying to just do anything to get the kids' trust.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
I don't think so.
If that were my kid, especially with today's fucking climate, I'd burst into that room and be like, what pedophile are you talking to?
Yeah, where's the Diddler? Show me him. I've seen Dateline.
Where's the camera in the doll?
Where is it?
Ooh, I need to call Chris Hansen right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
He's actually here. He's just in the bushes. He's like, shh. He's like, don't blow my cover.
Okay. So Jean, he went off and got married in Paris, and he, you know, studied to become a painter. And he eventually had to move back home, and he inherited the house from his parents who had passed away.
Yeah.
And he lived there with his wife. And at first he kept the doll out in the open until his wife asked him to please keep the doll in his painting room, as the doll, rightfully so, gave her the creeps.
Oh, yeah.
People would say that Jean and Robert had an unhealthy attachment, and that even as an adult, Jean would still carry that doll around.
Babe, your stuffed boyfriend is freaking me out.
No, but like he would even like still have conversations with him, and he would treat Robert like an actual person. And he slept in the same room as Robert. Him and his wife had separate bedrooms. Like that's
my thing.
No.
But if this motherfucker is talking and dancing around and moving from left to right, like how are you gonna get rid of him? It's like a dog too. It's like, why don't you just get a dog? And it's like, that thing already kind of is a dog right now, from what I'm hearing. It giggles.
You kind of don't want to anger it, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like what, you know? And then imagine that you just see a little dark silhouette, a little 3-foot dark silhouette at night, running around, clickety clack, walking up to a fucking bed full sailor. Like, that's terrifying, dude. I've seen. That's terrifying.
Imagine if like the walking sound effect was like fucking Mr. Krabs walking.
Yeah, that would be less scary, honestly. I'd be like, oh, that's cute.
I'd be like, oh, that's Robert.
Oh, that's just Robbie. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh God. So when Jean died in 1974, Robert was locked away in a trunk. And Jean's wife,
kind of like.
What do you mean?
Sean Benet Ramsey.
She was not locked away in a trunk.
Where was she?
She was just laying on the ground.
There's no way.
Yes, she was.
Why do you think I did? Why do you think I was so adamant about the house searching? I'm like, I thought she was in a trunk.
No.
I thought they opened a trunk and then it was like, there's my daughter.
No, she was literally laying in just a room. On the ground.
That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude.
Okay.
5 hours of not knowing where the fuck she is, and she's just laying in the open.
I am gonna send you.
It's getting worse every time you guys talk. It's making me like. It gives me agita. I'm like, how does this make sense?
We're gonna send you so many YouTube videos and articles about John Benet Ramsey.
It's so weird to me.
So educated on the case.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to keep derailing it, but like that's so bizarre to me. I'm sorry. But,
No.
So he's locked in a fucking trunk.
Yep.
Not like John Bonet at all.
No, I guess not.
So his wife Anne, she passed away 2 years later, and then the house was put up for sale. Mm-hmm. The house and some of its belongings were sold to Myrtle Reuter, and she inherited Robert with her purchase.
Speaking of Myrtle, go watch our episode on the Myrtle's plantation.
Listen to our episode.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can't really watch.
You can't watch
Watch
it.
it with your ears.
Yeah. Watch it with your eyes shut.
I've been ear watching.
All right. Well, during her time as being the caretaker to the doll, Myrtle and her house guests would hear footsteps and giggles coming from various rooms in the house. She would also find him in different rooms as if he moved there himself. Despite her daughter insisting that the doll was malevolent, she kept Robert for 20 years. Myrtle eventually donated the doll as she was exhausted by all of the creepy happenings inside of her house.
20 years later.
Yeah,
It's like a marriage.
I'm over it.
You get him out of here.
This abusive
Yes,
piece of shit. He needs to go.
It's abusive piece of shit.
I stayed together for the kids. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
He keeps scaring the neighborhood kids by looking at them funny
looks
in the
like
door.
shit.
Just fucking gaslights me constantly.
I can't even
like,
stand the ocean.
Yeah.
He's just fucking.
You can't even fucking swim. You're a sailor. Get out of here.
Yeah, move. Yeah. You can't even swim. I can't even. Yeah, I have to get you dry cleaned.
You fucking liar.
Dickhead.
Good for nothing, cretin.
Yeah. So, I thought I put that on. Robert.
That's Robert saying, "Hey, don't say that."
Oh no.
Hey, you don't say that.
You talking shit about me?
Just question mark. Three question
We'll
marks.
get to what happens if you disrespect Robert in a little bit.
Yeah.
Robert now lives in a locked glass case at the Fort East Mortello Museum in Key West, Florida. The museum is on the opposite side of the island from the Otto home, and he is known as the most haunted doll in the world. But I think that's who knows?
I think him and Annabelle,
They might share the title.
they might share it.
And Annabelle, even like the way she's depicted in movies, is
Yeah, she's a
definitely different.
Raggedy Ann doll. In real
Which
life.
for cinema, I
And then
get that.
they
It's
made
hard
her
to make
like a
Raggedy Ann
creepy little
scary.
porcelain.
It's like some weird porcelain fucking slappy.
She's like,
I think the Bride of Slappy. You ever seen Night of the Living Dummy 3?
No.
Oh no, I think it might have been number 2.
I don't know. Anywho, Robert receives tons of visitors every day, and they all claim that the doll, can be seen changing position and his facial expression changing. And there's even some people that said that they have watched his chest move up and down as if he was breathing. And people who don't ask for permission before taking pictures of him have been known for experiencing unfortunate events. He receives 1 to 3 letters every day from visitors asking for forgiveness. In the letters, they speak of car accidents, broken marriages, and even broken bones. Like, you don't disrespect him.
Yeah.
And also, Coffee and Scream's bestie, Zach Bagans, he covered the story of Robert the Doll in his show Deadly Possessions.
Also,
Oh,
it's
I've
funny
never
that
heard
you
of that
mentioned him
show.
because my Instagram Reels and my TikTok page are both full of TikToks and Reels making fun of him.
Yeah, we can
Right
get
now.
we can probably get an interview with him. Let him clear the air.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I watched, I was kind of curious. I'm like, I'll watch that episode.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Was it good?
So, no. So, sorry.
Alright.
But he had like the current caretaker come in with the doll. I guess the lady works for the museum, and the doll's like sitting on her lap and stuff in a chair. And he's like, well, what happens if someone like disrespects the doll? She's like, well, people have been known to, they can get hurt or like an accident or something can happen. And it was so staged. He had this old man come in and deliver him a letter. He's like, oh, here's a letter for you, sir. And Zach Bryan's like, oh, thank you. And then he goes, oh, hi, ma'am, how are you? And she's, oh, how are you? And he looks at the doll. He goes, ah! And he runs out of the room. And it's like, it was so fake.
Oh
and then
my-
next thing you know, you hear the guy coughing in another room. He's like, I should go. I should go check on him. And he's like, yeah, you definitely should. And he goes up to the guy. Like, it's like supposed to be, like, it's almost like Maury when
Oh
the
my-
cameras follow him
yeah.
backstage. He's like, look, I'm going to need you to go out there and apologize to Robert, not to her, but to the doll. Like, I don't want anything to happen to you. And the guy's like, I just saw him and it scared me, so I ran away.
Like,
it's like,
That's
what?
so fucking funny, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
It's like a fucking cop. Like, you're a good kid, but sometimes good kids do bad things.
It was just like, come on. So I watched that. I was like, all right, I'm done. But my sources were Travel Channel and Wikipedia.
Nice. Robert the doll. I was gonna say, like,
Spooky
do
little
you
man.
feel like that's a testament to like how little he actually has seen if he's willing to,
Do that shit.
like just still, because it's like,
Well, he has that whole like haunted museum. Like, I think he just. I don't know.
what I'm like, I feel like some of these people that just continue to do what they do are like compulsive gamblers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he is, but I'm like, there's just some people that like they just gotta make TV, they gotta make money, and they just they'll start having a guy run out of the room coughing. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, fucking dude.
I will send you
You know.
that episode.
I remember there was this one like prison in Ireland. It was like this big
Hiccup.
fucking stone castle that they did on Ghost Adventures. And
The Edinburgh Castle?
maybe I remember he was hearing like fucking someone sawing and like some weird ass shit and screams and someone scratched him.
Yeah.
It's like every episode he gets fucking scratched. It's just an excuse for him to fucking show his six pack
Yeah.
off, and I don't blame him. I get it.
Fucking
Chris is liking what he's
No,
saying.
listen, no. It's just a matter of, hey, smoke it if you got it.
Zach
Sure.
Bagans is a narcissist confirmed.
Oh.
Maybe that's why ghosts don't like him.
Well, he
Too
likes
full of
us.
himself. They have no room for the ghost.
He likes us. We talk about him every episode.
Well,
Somehow
yeah,
he comes
yeah,
up.
and
I'm-
he knows we're kidding because we
Well,
gotta
we're only
keep him
kidding.
humble or he's too dangerous.
I
I just,
know.
yeah.
You gotta
I-
bring him down a level because he's way too
He'll
strong.
unlock his third eye and then
Dude,
shit
fuck
will
that.
actually happen to
No,
him.
thank you.
Yeah.
He'll wear 2 affliction t-shirts.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's growing. He's not getting buffer. He's just actually piling on more affliction t-shirts.
Zach's scared swole.
Yeah.
It's like his fucking like bulletproof vest.
Dude, I'd be so funny if he got so scared on one of the episodes, you just start doing push-ups just to meditate.
Oh my
He's
god.
like, come on.
Oh god.
He's like, 15 more. He's like, no, we gotta leave, dude. We gotta leave. Sun's coming up. He's like, no. One more rep.
All right.
Zach
so,
Baggins, everyone.
For my case, we are traveling overseas from America to
Robert could sail us there.
He could.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Robert.
God!
Yes,
yeah.
I
Robert,
thought-
take the wheel.
Oh,
Or helm.
yeah.
Take the helm.
Robert, let's take us to Japan.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah, in Japan, I don't know, man. Like,
So-
ghosts are a different story over there, right?
Oh yeah.
It's very
And
interesting.
and I'll tell you why.
Please do.
I will. Towards the end of my little segment.
Stay tuned.
So, my doll that I chose is Okiku. And so her story goes something like this. In 1918, in Japan, a teenage boy named Akichi Suzuki purchased a doll in the town of Sapporo for his baby sister, 2-year-old Okiku. He was in the town to visit a marine exhibit, but he also saw the doll in the window of a shop while there. It was then that Akichi decided that he absolutely had to buy the doll and gift it to his sister. The doll stands at 40 centimeters, or 15.7 inches, and is dressed in a stereotypical traditional Japanese kimono. The doll has shoulder-length black hair with blunt bangs, and in its hair lies a pink flower clip. This is a traditional Japanese hairstyle called okappa. The doll has lifelike flesh, and just like Robert, has beady black eyes. And also, she has blushy cheeks.
Lifelike flesh.
Yes. So if you like feel like her skin and everything, it kind of feels like human flesh.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Wait, did they say breast?
Flesh.
Oh,
Flesh.
okay. I was gonna ask, would you rather have beady eyes on a fucking, what are they called? Stuffed animals?
Doll.
Or a doll? Would you rather have beady black eyes on a doll or like super realistic human eyes?
Beady.
Beady.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the uncanny valley thing.
Yeah.
It's like the teddy bear with teeth.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, what the fuck am I looking at?
Okay.
Ooh, speaking of teeth, foreshadowing from mine.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so upon returning home, Ikichi gave Okiku the doll, and she was immediately captivated by it. Okiku and the doll became inseparable, and as it grew to be her favorite toy, this doll was also called Okiku's best friend. Okiku would be found playing with the doll every day, and soon named the doll after herself.
Ooh, similarities.
Yeah, right? So Okiku became so attached to her doll companion that it never left her sight. Then, tragedy struck the Suzuki family when in 1919 Okiku passed away from a terrible case of yellow fever. She was only 3 at the time of her death, and apparently died with the doll in her arms. Then, tragedy struck the Suzuki family when in 1919 Okiku passed away from a terrible case of yellow fever. She was 3 at the time of her death and apparently died with the doll in her arms. The doll was set to be buried with her, but for unknown reasons, the doll never saw the underground world. My source, escape.com, says that governmental policy in Japan dealt a hand in the prevention of the doll's burial. I don't know why the government wouldn't have like a hand in that, but they're
It's a
very,
doll, yeah.
but for the time, which I'll get into later, it very like touchy like thing to do.
Okay.
So, in commemoration and memorial of their family member, the Suzuki family placed the doll in the family altar, and having an altar in the home is a common practice in Japan. Like, most families will have an altar for that, like, dedicates memorial to passed away family members, or just like a general prayer altar and everything. And sometime after Okiku's death, the family noticed something peculiar occurring with the doll. The doll's once shoulder-length hair was getting longer. It was now down towards its waist, and the once neat ends were now at different lengths. The doll's hair became messy, scruffy, and rife with split ends.
What?
The hair started growing.
Did the fingernails?
No. The family had also alleged dreaming of their daughter and sister, and they even said that the doll would appear next to them when they woke up in the morning. The lights in the house flickered, and there was unexplained noises in the house along with strange whispered voices. Local shamans and spiritual leaders in the town even said that the doll was haunted. This made the family believe that Okiku's spirit was haunting the doll. In 1938, the family moved house and opted to not take the doll with them. They were nervous that taking the doll with them would interfere with the quote magic, as they described it, that was between the doll and deceased Okiku. They believed it had to do with the closeness of the doll to the final resting place of Okiku. Instead, they moved the doll to the Meninji Temple in Hokkaido, Japan. So, at the temple, the family had informed the priest about the nature of the doll's hair, and over time, the priest also confirmed the allegations made by the family, saying that the doll's hair did in fact grow. This led the doll to getting regular haircuts. On top of this, the doll's extra activities became bolder, and it started appearing in the dreams of the priest at the temple, and then the people started to stop in and see her, like the general public stopped in to see her.
I don't know
and
what
everything.
fucking barber would take a doll. Imagine
like
you,
it's probably like the priest like doing it, or like a barber like appointed by like the
or it was
temple.
Jess because she cuts hair.
Yeah, true.
But I was gonna say, like, imagine being like, okay, yeah, I'll like to humor the kid, be like, oh yeah, I'll cut the doll's hair, that's fine. You know, oh, you want a little shape up, you want to fade, and then you bring it in a month later and its hair's long again, and you're like, what the fuck? I just cut this thing's hair. It's a fucking doll.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of doll?
And also, coming back to your little comment about teeth, some of the tourists even say that the doll's mouth opens, and if you look hard enough, you can see small baby teeth inside. Oh. The doll was placed on a shrine made to immortalize its deceased human companion. An analysis was done on the doll's hair, and the results of the test concluded that the hair did come from a human girl. However, this hair sample was not cut from the doll directly, so skepticality around the story is common and no solid conclusions can be made. To further the naysayers on this case, allegedly the temple refuses to give up the doll to be disassembled and analyzed further, which is understandable because the doll is part of an altar immortalizing a dead person.
Right.
So, like, I understand why they're hesitant about giving it up.
Just a matter of time, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep something untouched. It really is, because just someone with an ego just has to fucking take it apart.
Oh, yeah. So, also to answer your question from earlier, a theory that might explain the reasoning for the story of the doll is that Japan at the time was stuck in a feudalist society, while the rest of the world was, like, progressing, like, technologically and, like, scientifically, and they were advancing, like, socially and everything. They kind of had walls built up where they were very conservative and wanting to keep their old ways and everything. So this let stories of mythology and folklore just like run rampant in Japan. So Japan at this time was still a land where stories of zombies and vampires and the like still roamed free. And due to this, dolls were also seen as sacred, and you, quote, didn't mess with dolls.
Ooh.
And my sources are Old City Ghosts, The Paranormal Guide, Wikipedia, Escape.com, and The Curious Archive.
Very nice.
Robert the
I'm
Doll
gonna
and
have to-
Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Is that what it was?
Okiku.
Okay, what was his last name?
Suzuki.
The little girl's last name was Suzuki.
Oh, but the one, the doll's name was the first name of the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was that again? Ichiku?
Oh my God.
Okiku.
Okiku.
Well, actually, in Japan, the last name usually comes first. So, like, in their society, like, they would probably be known as, like, Suzuki.
Yeah, I've heard that.
From,
with, like,
their
Korea and
friends
stuff.
and everything, yeah.
They do last name first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look her up. I want to see the hair.
And why, like, I don't know why, but, like, a Japanese vampire is, like, fucking scary. The idea of that, you know? Like, it's just, because American vampires, we've seen a million times. I don't know, there's something different to me. Maybe it's just, like, it's even more foreign. It's, like, even more away from what we're used to in our movies and stuff.
And Americans are Americans, and they also kind of, like, made the vampires over here attractive.
And they're always British here, even, too.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they have that old world kind of sound. Like, they're like hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
Like, they were probably there during the Tea Party. The big Tea Party they had, right? What was it called? The Tea Party? The Boston Tea Party.
Yes.
Your face.
You don't need to... It's a part of history.
the
Why are
party
you
of tea.
sugarcoating it?
I'm just trying to fuck around.
You goof.
I do haunted dolls though. Like, there's a lot of movies with haunted dolls, and there's, like, obviously a big culture around it, considering people like them enough to go see movies.
I
about
almost
them.
did Island of the Dolls.
What's that?
It's like an island that just has a bunch of baby dolls on it, like strung up on trees
Yeah.
and just
Really?
all over. It's yeah.
The story of that is that
like a young girl drowned, and people would bring dolls to the island for her, and it's just it's a.
the trend was started by, like, the old man that found the dead little girl washed ashore and everything.
Is there a lot?
Yeah.
A
Is it,
lot.
Is it
Yeah.
like that tree with the shoes or like the lock bridge?
There's actually a BuzzFeed Unsolved episode where they go there, and there's, like, and they, like, jump 6 feet in the air because there's this giant ass fucking spider on one of them, and they're like,
Oh God.
crazy.
yeah.
Well, guys, I think it's time for us to wrap it up. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh yeah.
There's other, scary dolls we can do another time.
Yeah.
There was a lot. I mean, I'm sure you guys. There's probably some article with, like, 12 most scary haunted
There
dolls.
actually
there
is.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
There actually is.
Like the Cleveland or BuzzFeed
yeah.
reacts or some shit.
Yeah.
What were your I'm sorry to cut you off. What
What?
were your what would they call them again? The sites? Your sources. Yeah, what were the sources?
My sources were Old City Ghosts, The Paranormal Guide, the Wikipedia page for the Manenji Temple, and the Wikipedia page for Haunted Dolls, and Escape.com, and the Curious Archive.
I was just curious because, like, where do you find that
Ha!
fucking
Curious Archive, you were curious. Ha!
Okay.
shit? Like Jorge.
All right. Well, please do not forget to, subscribe and leave us a nice review.
Republish and reshare.
Yes. And also follow us on Instagram. Piper, what is it?
Coffee and Scream Pod.
And on Twitter, we are at C Scream Pod. That's C, the letter, Scream Pod. And also, do not forget to check out Wonder Time Theater Tuesdays at 8 on Twitch.
Yes, twitch.tv/Wonder
fuck
Time
yeah.
Theater.
Go support our producer. He works really hard. We love him.
If you like
Yes.
movies and yeah.
Heart.
You're gonna hate it. Go watch it.
Heart emoji.
Okay. Well, until next time, guys, lock your doors and be safe. Bye.
Bye.